we're back with another Tuesday grilling video, Dad versus Daughter.
So today we're doing salmon. I'm gonna be doing mine on the PitBoss.
And I, for a change, am doing mine in the oven versus not the Instapot. That was not a good way to say that. I'm not doing mine in the Instapot today.
Yeah, we've been doing a lot of the Instapot versus pellet smoker videos, but I don't know, salmon in an Instapot just doesn't even sound good. Like I just picture like this gray sort of mass.
Yeah, I didn't even look up if you could do it. I just, oven. It's the way Grandma Joan always made it, so I'm kind of doing like a variation of what she did for recipes, so.
All right, so we're gonna kick this off. Why don't you start yours?
Yes, so basically we're gonna put my half of the salmon in a foil with, and I wanted my stuff to marinate a little bit, so I have melted butter, a little bit of EVOO, some dill, salt and pepper, and rosemary all combined in here, which is gonna go on top of the salmon.
EVOO, huh?
I'm fancy today.
Yeah, I see that. Who, little Rachel Ray? Is that what that's from?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, very nice.
You want to see how many dishes and stuff I can carry in my hand on the way back?
No.
All right, so one thing I didn't actually mention is that I'm using lemons as well. So I sliced my lemons kind of fairly thin, and we're just gonna lay them out like this, so the salmon has like a place to basically rest on top of. And then we're gonna bring our little salmon buddy over here, and we also have skin on because, well, it's better. We're gonna lay him on there. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this little butter knife that I used this morning because it's got butter on it. I'm gonna mix all my herbs and stuff back together again because it kind of separated a little bit. And then we're gonna place some more lemons on top of our little guy here. And then we're gonna just pour this over the top of everybody here. Oh, and it's got garlic in there too. I missed that one too. I just missed all kinds of steps in there today. All right, so now that we've got everything poured in here together, I already have my oven preheated to 375 degrees, so it is ready to go. I'm just gonna make a little boat of this, throw it on a flat cookie sheet, and throw it in there for about 15 to 20 minutes, but I also wanna check it at around 10 because it gets to a point to where it's done and then it's overly done. But when you're gonna know it's done is when it's flaky on the fork. We'll check back in a little bit. So also whenever we take this out, before, like right when it's done, we're gonna actually open the foil, and we're gonna put this on broil, and we're gonna kind of broil the lemon and all the flavors back into the salmon as well.
All right, so before Whitney went ahead and put hers in the oven, I did go ahead and turn on the PitBoss smoker. I've got it at 400 degrees. I really want this thing to be about 380 to 450 degrees, and I'm reading about 440 on this upper gauge. Now obviously that's gonna be the temperature on the top of the grill, not necessarily on the bottom. The probe inside is reading 370, so I'm probably gonna be somewhere between the two where I actually do this. I want it good and hot, and I'm actually gonna do the skin side down directly on the grates. And I did go ahead and oil the whole piece of fish. I didn't bother oiling the grates. I don't think that's as necessary as it is on the fish. And I'm gonna cook this for the majority of the time, skin side down, without flipping it, because I don't want that skin to get loose. As soon as it starts doing that, it starts falling apart. So fairly high heat. This will probably take about 8 minutes or so in total. Let's go ahead and put it on. All right, let's go ahead and get this thing placed on there. And I'm gonna put the thicker side toward the hotter part of the grill. Over here. Yeah, right here. Hey, do me a favor. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more like it, subscribe to the channel and click on that little bell notification so you get notified of new videos. Thanks. That's what I want, is some of that sizzle. We're just going to close this right down. Now before you do this, you want to have your spatula ready. A nice thin, long, flexible spatula is perfect for getting underneath this without tearing it up too much. And the other thing I like to use is a little bit of either olive oil, or this happens to be spray butter. It helps keep it nice and moist and a little bit creamy. It's a good way to do it. Now that we laid that piece of salmon down on the grill, let me talk a little bit about the seasoning I did. Nice and simple. All we did was put olive oil on the back skin side with it sprinkled a little bit of salt on it, flipped it over, spread some olive oil and rubbed it into the top of it, and then I used a little bit of citrus pepper seasoning. That's it, nice and simple. I didn't bother putting salt on the fish side of it. I thought it was a nice little bit of the flavor that goes up through the skin will be more than enough. That's it. Really simply prepared because I want to taste the salmon. And this is a good cold water Pacific salmon. I tend to think Pacific salmon is more flavorful and a little bit more rich than Atlantic salmon, but I think that's a preference. You typically pay for it, at least here in Florida where we are along the Atlantic coast. Cold water Atlantic salmon from the north is more readily available and about a third the price of good Alaskan or Pacific cold water salmon.
All right, guys, it's been about 10 minutes and we're gonna check this. All right, guys, so after checking it, we're gonna let it go for about another 3 to 5 minutes, but we're gonna check it again and see where we're at. But until then, we're just gonna wrap her back up and say, I'll see you in a few.
Okay, we are about 5 minutes in. Yeah, and you can see it's not sticking, so that's good. So we're close to flipping, but not quite yet. Close. I'm gonna let it go for about another 2 minutes before I flip it, and then we'll cook it on the other side for about 2 minutes. That's it. I want it to be good and juicy and fairly rare in the center.
All right, guys, so we are back. We did look at it the first time, so we just checked it again from the 3-minute timer that we put on there. We're gonna go ahead and broil it now, and then after that, we'll pull it out, show you guys, and taste test.
All right, for us, it is flippy time. So let me zoom in here. I'll show you how we're gonna flip this. We're only gonna let it go for about 90 seconds to 2 minutes. That's it.
We just want to make sure it's not sticking to the grates. We put the spatula under it just a little bit, checking gently to make sure that the skin doesn't stick. And then we're just going to figure out how to flip this in some way to keep the thick end by the hotter side. I struggle here. There we go.
So absolutely not much time has gone by. I moved the camera backwards. I stepped back over here. I sprayed just a little spritz of that spray butter on the bottom skin side, and I've got my plate ready to go here. It's probably been a minute and a half or so. I'm just gonna check this guy out. All right, we're gonna pull this right off of here. All right, we'll go ahead and take this stuff inside and we'll compare the two. Whitney's should be done in just another minute. This is one of the rare occasions where I think mine went on later and maybe coming out first.
All right, guys, it's done. We're at the point where it's gonna be overdone if we don't get it out soon, and I'm super excited. That is what it looks like. Oh, I was totally zoned out. Okay. All right, oven versus pellet grill. All right, so here on my right would be your left. All right, guys, this is like the 7th take. Here we have the only one in view is the one out of the oven, which is mine. Now we're gonna pan over to the pellet because I can't remember anything of what I was gonna say. There we go, that's what we have.
Here's the oven version, and you can see how juicy this one looks. I think the marinade on the top and all the lemon juice definitely has more juices sitting in that foil pouch. And then if we pan over to the one that came off of the grill, definitely a drier looking salmon that we'll have to cut inside of it and see if the insides are dry as well. Let's go for a taste test.
We're gonna show you the insides of both of ours to see kind of where we're at. Now we're gonna zoom over to the pellet grill.
And now we'll do the same with the one out of the pellet smoker. Okay, so how do you want to taste test them? You want to do the same thing we did last time? We'll each taste our own and then switch?
Yeah, we can do that.
All right,
okay.
Let's go for it.
Come back, come back, come back, come back.
Nope.
Mine's pretty good. The outskirts of it are a little dry, but the inside, like underneath where the lemons are, is really good. Mmm.
Let me take a bigger bite. I dropped half of mine on my way to my mouth.
That was nice.
Okay.
Oh, it's crunchy. You got a crunch on yours. I
got
like
a crunch
that.
on the skin, yeah.
Oh, you ate the skin too?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Are you supposed to?
You can. It's not scales, so.
That's weird.
It has really good flavor. It's a little dry. Like yours looks like it might be more moist from being in the foil pack. Before you eat it though, let me grab a piece of yours too. There's a big old chunk.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Ready?
Try each other's.
Yours is pretty good though.
Yours is good too. I can definitely taste the lemon in yours.
All right, guys, so we have to have a deciding winner in this video because the last ones have just kind of been So hold that thought for a minute. We're gonna go pull somebody in, and then at the bottom of this video, I think we should have like a ranking system, like how many wins you have versus how many wins I have.
Okay.
Or they could give us suggestions on what we should try next time.
Definitely do that. Let us know what else we should versus. This has been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We've been enjoying doing this.
Sound off in the comments, guys.
Sound off.
Yeah.
Check you out. All right, who are you thinking is the taste tester?
I don't know. Love's probably not gonna eat this, so the only other options we had is Debbie.
Our lovely bride.
Yeah.
All right. All right, let's get a taste tester in here for the third-party, impartial, put them on the spot kind of judgment.
Here they come. Boom, boom, boom.
You like that one better?
Yes.
And I'll tell you why. One, I like the lemon flavor in that better. But this one is actually a little more moist. This one's a little tougher and a little drier. And this one's just more tenderer than the smoked one.
Yeah, but that's good too.
It is good.
Really good flavor.
You know, this would be really good on a salad. Because it's,
Sliced.
well, because it's a little bit firmer. So it would stand up, it wouldn't crumble as much as this would in a salad.
All right, there you have it. An impartial third party has deemed the one in the oven is the better one. So you win, daughter. All right, we'll see you guys next Tuesday for another grilling video, maybe another versus. Leave something down in the comments down below.
Yeah, we need ideas.
Bye, y'all.
Google all day. Bye.
Bye, y'all. Safe and happy grilling. See you next Tuesday.